Bringing stunts in the NFL is one of the most consistent ways to get pressure with free rushers in on the QB without having to bring huge blitzes. But stunting is not really a part of Madden, but I found a nasty stunt that is super easy to set up and is going to allow you to get so much fast pressure on your opponent with multiple players stunting around each other, confusing the O-line, and just letting you rack up a ton of sacks and hits on the QB. Now, a stunt in real football is usually done with D linemen or outside linebackers along the defensive front, and it is basically just one person crashing out, then the other player beside him loops in behind him, and the goal is to confuse the O-line up front so you can get one of these two free in at the QB. Now, developers have not put stunts in Madden, and I think that is just because it would be tough to code the O-line to block them well, but I found a nasty one that is just going to be a great addition to your defense, and it is going to confuse the hell out of offensive linemen. So the blitz is going to be Sam Mike 3 press in nickel 2-4-5 odd, and I'm in the Jags playbook. But before we even get on the field, you want to set your coaching adjustments to look like this, and you want to make sure Sam Mike 3 press is in your audibles. Then we actually want to go to the nickel 2-4 formation and make sure you have two linebackers in at your middle linebacker spots. This is going to let you audible between formations, which is something we will be doing with this setup. Then you actually want to come out of the huddle in the double safety blitz in nickel 2-4. Then at the line, audible over to Sam Mike 3 press. This is going to keep your safeties down in the box even once you audible over, but it's also going to move your D tackle from head up on the center to the opposite A gap of the stunt. So here's what this blitz will look like if you were just to call Sam Mike 3 press out of the huddle, and then here is what it's going to look like if you do all the adjustments and audible over. So you're going to see the D tackle is over and your safeties are in the box. Now for the rest of this setup, you want to user the linebacker who's in a 3-rec on the line and then just QB contain, and that is the whole setup. All right, guys, so for this blitz, we already did our audible over. The whole blitz is set up. You're going to see our safety is down. Now, a lot of why I'm doing the audible over and all this stuff is because this is all part of a big defense, full defensive scheme I am running. It's my Michigan defense. I'm going to talk about that a bit more later. But, you know, this is all meant to be used part of a bigger scheme where my safeties are in the box. We're giving really aggressive defensive look. So that is part of the reason. But the other reason that I kind of went over is because our D tackle is actually going to move into this A gap, whereas usually he's going to be head up on the center, and this is going to make this blitz come in so much better. So that is kind of the reasoning for, you know, all the audibling and the different formations we're going to start in and we're going to audible over. Now, I want you to pay attention. Here is the stunt. This is what it's going to look like before it actually comes in. We are going to user this 3-rec. Now, most of the time, I'd probably say 70% of the time, it is going to be this outside blitzer right here that comes in. So this is what it's going to look like. This is what you'll see more with just more of a common blitz where, you know, these guys are going to work inside, take both these two. This guy's just going to come completely free off the edge. As the user, I'm just getting back out over the middle and he's going to come unblocked. Now, one other thing you can try with this, guys, is usually I'm going to QB contain, but if you're having trouble, it's not coming in as well, whatever, try not QB containing. So really the only adjustment is doing the audible over and using this 3-rec, and don't QB contain, and the blitz can still work. I find it's a little bit better with QB contain, but you can try it without it. And here it is, guy coming off the edge without QB contain, a lot of coverage on the back end, comes in unblocked for the hit. So that is our edge pressure. Now we're going to look at the stunt inside. So the stunt really is going to work two ways. So what a stunt is one player is going to crash in, one player is going to crash out, and we want to confuse the two offensive linemen here into being, you know, going both for one guy and the other guy is going to come free. So that is really our goal here. So you're going to watch. This guy's going to crash down right here. This guy's going to loop around. Both these O-linemen go to this guy and our looper is going to come free. So let's just watch that once in slow-mo. So really pay attention. So this guy's going to crash down. This guy's going to loop around, come in unblocked. The running back kicks out to take the DN. So this is even with a blocked running back here, and this blitz comes in. Guy loops around, boom, hits the QB. So that's if this guy loops out, but we can also get our DN crashing inside and looping up the middle. So now this guy's going to crash out. He's going to get both these guys going out here, and now the inside guy is going to loop in right at the QB's QB's face. Here it is going to be again on a different version. Boom, this guy's going to blitz right up in the QB's face. So this is how this stunt works, guys. Super effective. So watch this. He's going to crash out. DN's going to go out. This guy's going to loop right up the middle. So that is how the blitz aspect of this stunt works. Then if you want to take this defense to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now is part 2 of this video where I have another stunt for you guys at a nickel 2-4-5 odd formation that is going to let you get crazy pressure. But now we're going to have a man coverage shell on the back end, so you're going to have more options for this defense. Then this stunt blitz is actually a part of my 2023 Michigan defense that I have released on the site and on YouTube, and you can check out that to get even more options to pair with this stunt. Then also on the site you can find 4 of my other full schemes that are out so far for Madden 24, with my NFL spread offensive scheme, my Georgia Bulldogs match-based defense, my wide zone offense, and my NFL Mount Rushmore offense. You can also get access to my playbooks on Scheme Kings, which are full written breakdowns for my schemes, and I have 10 out so far, with my newest being my Mount Rushmore offense that is 66 pages long and will make running each one of these schemes so much easier and so much more effective. Then there's also a sale on the site. Use code RAVENS at checkout for 50% off your first month, and this is going to run till March 21st. If you want to check out Scheme Kings, it will be linked down in the description below. Now, for the coverage aspect of this play, it's really interesting because we're starting with our safeties in the box. I really find people try to push the ball down the field. They're going to try to hold the ball and really attack us deep. And here we're going to have a cover 3 3-man shell. So we're still going to be pretty good on the back end. So you're going to see we're going to have our stunt. We're going to have our D end coming in completely unblocked. He's going to try to test the seam here, but our cover 3 corner is going to step in front, go the other way with the football. So we have our cover 3 shell on the back end, and we can get a nice return here. Like I said, also, because they see our safeties down in the box, you're going to see people really try to attack you deep. So that's where this safety comes into play. And these safeties, even though they're starting shallow, do an excellent job of getting back over the top. Here he tries, so this guy's covered. As my user, I see him trying to go vertical. I cover that too. Then our safety's going to come off, take the seam route, step in front. So even though the safety is down, guys, he does do a really good job of getting over the top of that. Now, as the user on this play, we're going to have our stunt up front. Now, as the user, we have 3 deep. We have our flat defenders and me over the middle. So I'm responsible for the whole middle of the field. So we're just trying to look. The blitz is coming in. We're getting that stunt open right up in the QB's face. This is forcing him to push the ball out of his hands. Now, as the user here, I have really 2 options. I have the running back shallow, who I can take, or I see this seam is open. So now I have to make the decision. Now, as a user, always take the deeper option unless you know he's going to go down low. Like, take the more explosive option, right? Like, I want to make sure he can't hit the seam. If he checks it down to his running back, fine, but I just ride the seam, I step in front, and we're going the other way. Then the last aspect of this blitz, guys, on the coverage on the back end is we can shade up or down with our coverage. So here I shade up and I put curl flats on the field. Obviously now, you know, this is 2nd and 17, so it's a little bit further down in distance. I don't want to give him some easy throw, you know, up over my head. So we have our stunt. He actually blocks it up. Here's my flat defender getting back. We're going to give him this underneath stuff, a rally to the football, step in front, and we almost pick it off. Then the other option on 3rd and 2, we can also shade down with our coverage. Now we put hard flats on the field. We don't want to give any easy balls to the flats here. We want to let, you know, we don't want to give anything just quick and easy. So right here, we're going to have our stunt looping in right up in his face. He's going to feel that pressure, knows he has to get the ball out quick on 3rd and 2. So he tries to check it down to the flats. We have a hard flat and we just come up. We get him for about half a yard a gain. Now, just with what you have here, this stunt is going to work amazing for you. But remember, there is a part 2 for this blitz up on Scheme Kings right now that is going to make this even more deadly for you. But then if you want a full defensive scheme you can pair with this stunt, you need to check out my 2023 Michigan defense. It is also run out of the Jags playbook in nickel 2-4 and nickel 2-4-5 odd, and it is just going to give you so many more options to run off this stunt. And if you want to check it out, you need to click this video right here.